In the vibrant world of K-pop, where catchy melodies and synchronized choreography reign supreme, there exists a darker side, a world of mystery and intrigue that few ever get to see. For those who dare to dream of becoming a K-pop idol, the journey is often paved with sacrifice, hard work, and unwavering dedication. But what happens when the glamour and glory of stardom turn into a living nightmare, and the lines between reality and fantasy become blurred? This is the story of your life as a K-pop idol, a tale of obsession, deception, and the unrelenting pursuit of perfection. As a young trainee, you were handpicked from a pool of thousands of hopefuls, each with their own unique story and motivations. You were promised the world, a chance to become a star, to shine bright on the stages of Seoul, and to captivate the hearts of millions of fans around the globe. But little did you know, the road to stardom would be paved with blood, sweat, and tears. You were thrust into a world of intense competition, where every move, every gesture, and every word was scrutinized and criticized. Your days were filled with endless hours of practice, perfecting your craft, and honing your skills, while your nights were spent wondering if it was all worth it. As you rose through the ranks, you began to notice strange occurrences around you. Equipment would go missing, only to reappear days later, and mysterious messages would appear on your phone, warning you to stay in line. You brushed it off as mere coincidence, but the feeling of being watched never quite went away. You started to feel like you were living in a bubble, a world of your own creation, where the rules of reality no longer applied. Your managers and handlers seemed to know more than they were letting on, and you couldn't shake the feeling that you were just a pawn in a much larger game. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. You found yourself growing more and more disillusioned with the world around you. The constant pressure to perform, to produce, and to conform was taking its toll. You started to wonder if the fame and fortune were worth the cost to your mental and physical health. But every time you thought of leaving, you were reminded of the countless fans who looked up to you, who saw you as a role model, and who depended on you for inspiration. You felt trapped, stuck in a never-ending cycle of concerts, music shows, and variety programs, with no escape in sight. And then, one fateful night, everything changed. You received a cryptic message, warning you of an impending disaster, one that would shake the very foundations of the K-pop world. The message was vague, but the tone was unmistakable. Someone, or something, was out to get you, and you had to be careful. You tried to brush it off as a prank, but the words lingered in your mind, haunting you like a ghost. You started to notice strange occurrences around you, equipment malfunctioning, and strange noises in the night. You felt like you were being stalked, and the feeling of unease grew with each passing day. As the days went by, the messages grew more frequent, more urgent. You were being warned of a conspiracy, one that went all the way to the top of the K-pop hierarchy. You were told that your life was in danger, that you had to be careful, that you had to trust no one. The messages were anonymous, but the words were laced with a sense of familiarity, a sense of knowing. You started to wonder if the messages were coming from someone close to you, someone who knew your deepest secrets and your darkest fears. You tried to confide in your fellow group members, but they seemed oblivious to the danger that lurked around you. They were too caught up in their own worlds, their own struggles, to notice the storm that was brewing around you. You felt alone, isolated, and vulnerable. You started to wonder if you were just paranoid, if the pressure of fame had finally gotten to you. But the messages kept coming, each one more ominous than the last. You knew that you had to do something, but you didn't know what. And then, the unthinkable happened. A fellow idol, a close friend, and a confidant, was found dead, under mysterious circumstances. The police ruled it as an accident, but you knew better. You knew that something was off, that something was not quite right. The messages had warned you of this, had warned you of the danger that lurked in the shadows. You felt a chill run down your spine, as you realized that you were next, that you were the next target. The days that followed were a blur of confusion, fear, and anxiety. You were surrounded by police, by reporters, and by fans, all clamoring for a piece of the action. You were forced to put on a brave face, to pretend that everything was okay, when in reality, you were falling apart. You started to question everything, everyone, and everything around you. You wondered if the world of K-pop was just a facade, a cover for something much darker, much more sinister. As the investigation into your friend's death continued, you couldn't shake the feeling that you were being watched, that you were being hunted. You started to notice strange occurrences around you, strange people lurking in the shadows, and strange cars following you. You felt like you were living in a horror movie, where the lines between reality and fantasy were blurred. You started to wonder if you would ever be able to escape the world of K-pop, if you would ever be able to find your way back to reality. The pressure was mounting, the tension was building, and you knew that you had to do something. You couldn't just sit back and wait for the other shoe to drop. You had to take matters into your own hands, you had to investigate, you had to find out the truth. You started to dig, to uncover the secrets that lay beneath the surface of the K-pop world. You talked to insiders, to outsiders, to anyone who would listen. And what you found was shocking, disturbing, and heartbreaking. The world of K-pop was not what it seemed. It was a world of corruption, of greed, of exploitation. It was a world where the powerful preyed on the weak, where the innocent were exploited, and where the truth was hidden behind a mask of glamour and glory. You realized that you were just a small part of a much larger game, a game of cat and mouse, where the stakes were high, and the players were ruthless. As you delved deeper into the mystery, you encountered a cast of characters, each with their own secrets, their own motivations. There was the enigmatic manager, with a smile that could charm the birds from the trees, but a heart of stone. There was the reclusive producer, with a genius-level intellect, but a penchant for manipulation. And there was the mysterious fan, with an obsession that knew no bounds, and a devotion that was frightening. Each character had their own story, their own secrets, and their own motives. But as you dug deeper, you realized that they were all connected, that they were all part of a larger web of deceit and corruption. You started to unravel the threads, to follow the trail of clues, and to uncover the truth. And what you found was shocking, disturbing, and heartbreaking. The truth was that the world of K-pop was built on a foundation of lies, of deceit, and of corruption. It was a world where the powerful preyed on the weak, where the innocent were exploited, and where the truth was hidden behind a mask of glamour and glory. You realized that you were just a small part of a much larger game, a game of cat and mouse, where the stakes were high, and the players were ruthless. As you struggled to come to terms with the truth, you realized that you had a choice to make. You could continue to play the game, to pretend that everything was okay, and to keep on smiling. Or you could take a stand, to fight back, and to expose the truth. You knew that it wouldn't be easy, that there would be consequences, and that there would be risks. But you also knew that you couldn't just sit back and do nothing. You decided to take a stand, to fight back, and to expose the truth. You started to gather evidence, to build a case, and to prepare for the fallout. You knew that it wouldn't be easy, that there would be obstacles, and that there would be challenges. But you also knew that you couldn't just sit back and do nothing. As you prepared to take on the world of K-pop, you realized that you were not alone. There were others out there, who were fighting the same fight, who were seeking the same truth. You found allies, you found friends, and you found a community of like-minded individuals who were determined to bring about change. Together, you worked tirelessly to expose the truth, to bring about justice, and to create a better world for all K-pop idols. It wasn't easy, there were setbacks, and there were challenges. But you persevered, you stayed strong, and you kept on fighting. And in the end, your story became a beacon of hope, a shining example of the power of courage, and the importance of standing up for what is right. You proved that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way forward, always a chance for redemption, and always a chance for change. If you're a fan of K-pop, or if you're just interested in the world of true crime and mystery, then this story is for you. It's a story that will keep you on the edge of your seat, a story that will make you think, and a story that will make you feel. So if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know what you think, let us know what you feel, and let us know what you want to see more of. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all our latest videos. And if you have any suggestions or any ideas, then please let us know. We're always looking for new and exciting stories to tell, and we're always looking for ways to improve. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.